Yo, what's up everybody? My name is James, I go by JSR, and this is Big 20 number 17, Zelda 1 tutorial for the goal for this Big 20, which is any percent beat levels 6, 8, and 9 using a ROM hack that starts us out with a bunch of stuff. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. I'm gonna try to keep this very easy for all folks. This is gonna be a combination tutorial for beginners and advanced. So bear with me if you are experienced in Z1. We're gonna get to the route that I think advanced runners should run. But there's a couple things I want to go over very quickly for new players. First and foremost, you're going to start off with 12 heart containers, a white sword, which is the level 2 sword, a magical boomerang, bow and arrows, which require 1 rupee for 1 arrow, a candle, a recorder, a letter, a raft, a ladder, and a magic bracelet or power bracelet. So what we're going to be doing is, first things first, we're going to go to 6 first, then 8, then 9. That's pretty much the only real level order that we want to do. There's not really a better order. You could go to 8 first if you wanted, but it's not really going to be any faster. So 6, 8, 9 is the level order. Now, we have a couple options for safeties, and that's what's nice about the way that they set this up. And GG's again to the committee who put this goals list together. I wasn't doing this Big 20, and then I saw the goals list. I'm like, I'm totally doing this Big 20. We start off with all the bare essentials. We don't have to get any items except for the silver arrows in 9. That's literally it. And I will show you where the red ring is in 9, but honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna need to grab that. Blue ring is an option here because we start with max rupees. You can go get the blue ring, and then there's 2 separate ways we can get a potion to set us up. So the first things first, let me show you all the different safeties you can get to start this run off. But before I get to that even, there's something I have to explain, and that is the way the recorder works in The Legend of Zelda. The recorder in The Legend of Zelda allows us to warp using a whirlwind that is summoned when you toot the whistle. If you toot the whistle facing up or left, or wait, is it down and left? Down or left, excuse me, even I get confused. If you're facing down or left, that is down in order. If you face up or right, that is up in order. So if you're upright, you're going up, right? That's how you remember it. If you're going upright, you're going up, right? Otherwise, if you go down or left, you're gonna get left down. I don't know, I'm making this up. But the reason that all is relevant is whatever Triforce pieces that you've collected in the game, those are the dungeons you can warp to, and you start at 1. So right now, imagine we have a counter, an invisible recorder counter. It's at 1 right now. When I take the recorder out and face right and toot it, it's gonna take me to level 2. So as soon as I toot it and the whirlwind picks me up, it drops me off at level 2. So let me turn on save states. I'm actually glad that I had to show that. Yo, Floofers, thank you for the sub. So I'm in the middle of a tutorial. So if you're looking for safeties, there's a couple options you can do. As soon as the run begins, you're gonna menu and go over to your recorder. You're gonna leave the menu and you're gonna face right and toot once. And then you're gonna switch directions and toot again. This is gonna take us to level 1. You can do up or down as well. As soon as you spawn, head over to the right, and you have a big shield. You can block all projectiles. You also start with the white sword, so you can kill every enemy in your way here in 1 hit. So don't worry about the enemies. If they get in your way, just kill them. You're gonna come over to this spot. You're gonna burn this bush. And inside, you get a free potion. And you might be thinking, why do you get a free potion when you've got max rupees? You could just buy one using the letter. That is an option. We're gonna get to that in a second. We're gonna menu and switch to the recorder. And then as soon as we come out of the menu, we're gonna do 2 whistles up or right. To keep it simple, I always like to go right is up and left is down. Just so you don't get confused, just pick a direction and stick with it. That's gonna take us to level 3. Then we're gonna walk up here. Don't worry if you take damage. If you are worried about it though, don't take any damage. Now, there are some advanced strats we could do with the recorder over here. It's up to you if you want to do them. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna just do this. And I'm gonna buy the blue ring. One thing to note, if you're doing this route, you can use the recorder on the screen with the armos to reduce lag. And you can toot the recorder right one time right there. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna set the recorder at 4. If you do it left, that's gonna bring you back down to 2. Either way, you're gonna have to record it twice. Honestly, with the setup we have, I think you're better off just leaving the recorder alone in this case, because when you come out of level 6, if you do this route, when you come out of level 6, you're only gonna have to toot one time to go to level 2. So in my opinion, if you're getting the blue ring, warp to 3 and just leave your recorder alone. After you get the blue ring, you can come back down this way. No screen scrolls, no nothing. Now you can record to 7, but I honestly think it'd be faster just to walk. And then if you took any damage along the way and you're worried about your health, you can come up here for, say, a fairy fountain. To top off your health. Then come on over this way. And finally, you can either go left, down, or you can go down left. And if you want rupees as a backup, you can burn this bush here. This bush will give you 100 rupees, and this will be a good backup not only for arrows, but if you need to buy another potion later. So you can pick that up. And then you're going to enter the Lost Woods, and the trick to going through the Lost Woods is up, left, then down, and then finally left. If you do any other direction, that won't work. Now you can skip that puzzle with a screen scroll, and I will get to that in just a minute. But if you're doing the absolute beginner's route, this is the route you're probably going to want to take. This is where I would start. If you've never played Zelda 1, if you're new to this game, I would do the route that I just did until you start feeling comfortable, like you're finishing with extra potions, you're not taking too much damage. And then you can just grab the magic sword. And we're going to stop this version of the tutorial here. So if you want the blue ring, this is the route you're going to run. Now, what if you are a little more adept at the game or don't feel like getting both safeties? Maybe you don't want that potion, but you want the blue ring, or you don't want the blue ring, but you want a potion. Well, that's fine. Here's another way you can get a safety for this run. In this case, I think you're better off just walking to keep it simple, because the recorder is not going to save enough time to make it worth it, but you could recorder to levels 3 or 4 here, and that would save you a little bit of time. But honestly, not enough. You'd have to be really clean to save you any time. Like I said, we're already almost to the potion shop. You're going to go into this cave. You're going to swap to the letter, press B, and then you can buy this potion. What's nice about this is if you end up using your potion in 6, you can buy another one. Now, if you'd rather buy the blue ring, you just go up a couple screens, and you're at the blue ring shop. From there, it would be the same route that I just showed you. You would walk over this way. If you wanted to get the blue ring as well as a potion this way, you could go pick up that secret, and then come back and buy the blue ring. And if you want to go this way, you'd have to burn this bush. So you just go to this, burn this bush, unless you want to screen scroll. Now, screen scrolls are fortunately going to be very minimal time saves for anybody doing this run. We'll get the block clips when we get the block clips, but screen scrolls are only going to save you time here. That's it. There's a couple little tiny screen scrolls we're going to do on the way to 9, and that's literally it. Actually, one screen scroll on the way to 9, and that's it. So if you're not comfortable with screen scrolls, that's good. The only time you're saving time with screen scrolls in this run, really, is doing it this way. You come over here, you're going to set up on the 5th pixel, 1 frame tap, pass through, watch out for the lag, and you skip the Lost Woods. If you want to learn how to screen scroll, there are numerous tutorials. I've done one. Numerous Zelda 1 runners have done one. You can also go to redcandle.us, and there is a graphic there that'll show you how to screen scroll. Honestly, if you've never done them before, you're better off learning strategies for each of the levels. That'll save you more time than trying to learn how to screen scroll, because screen scrolls are only going to save you maybe 15 seconds. in the Big 20. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just go, just walk. You're better off. Now, if you want to get super fancy, if you're looking for the optimal route, or if you're experienced in Z1 and want to learn the optimal route, well, now strap in, 'cause this is where things get fun and also swaggy. But it involves a block clip, or well, basically a block clip. You're going to be clipping into the water. And then we're going to be doing a really cool glitch called a Rue Quarter. If you're not familiar with this glitch is so swaggy. It's also kind of scary. You have a little bit of RNG that can mess with you. It's a little bit risky, but if you pull it off correctly, you can skip right to the magic sword and save a ton of time. The only downside of this is you won't get any safeties. Now, you can still go get safeties and then perform this glitch. It's up to you. But I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, I'm not going to be explaining screen scrolls or block clips here. So if you cannot do these, you're better off learning these tricks for the dungeons and then coming back later. These are pretty advanced things. So let's go ahead and start. Back over. We're going to do, this is the advanced route. You're going to immediately menu and swap to the recorder. Then you're going to immediately recorder 3 times up. Immediately, this is going to take us to level 4. Now immediately, face up and recorder one more time, or right. That's going to set the recorder at level 5. Kill this guy, set up for a block clip, get into the water, and then recorder one more time up, and then hold up. And you will skip all the way to the graveyard. This is the swag that you want. This is the swag. If you're looking to compete at the top of the game in this race, if you're looking to have the most fun, this is going to be the trick you want to learn. It's a lot easier than it looks. I promise. It's mostly going to be making sure you get the recorder order in proper. Learning the clip into the water is going to be the hard part. And then hoping that Zora doesn't spawn in a spot where she can shoot you, because she will. We call it an oil change. If she spawns underneath Link, you'll take damage and the whirlwind will go right through you and you'll be in big trouble. So keep that in mind. Alternatively, if you don't want to learn the Rue Quarter, you can just scroll through the Lost Woods like I was just showing and walk here. It's a little bit slower. You're probably going to lose, I'd say, 20, 30 seconds if you walk. It's not that much time. But optimally, this is what you're going to want to do. And then you can come up here and grab the magic sword. So those are the 3 options, I would say, to get your run started. You can mix and match some of the safeties I showed you, but the big safeties are the free potion under 1, the potion that costs 68 rupees by level 4, and then finally the blue ring. One last thing I want to let you know about before we go into level 6. We're going to come down here. If you want to know where another potion is, you can go over here, and basically there's a potion shop underneath here. There is another potion that I'll show you at the conclusion to 6 as a backup that you can get on the way to 8. We'll come to that in a second. But if you, for some reason, die in 6, you need a potion for whatever reason, bomb this tile. And inside there, you can buy another potion. Obviously, if you get the blue ring, you're probably not going to be able to do that. But the backup potion that I'm going to show you in a moment will still apply if you're desperate. Alright? So, let's go back to level 6 and let's knock this out. So, one last thing I want to show you before we jump into level 6. If you did the Rue Quarter, and this is only if you did the Rue Quarter. The only time you're going to do this is if you did the Rue Quarter. If you walked to 6, you're not going to do this. Because if you whistled to 3, you're going to whistle once down out of 6. If you did not, if you walked straight here, you're going to whistle once up or right out of 6. We'll get to that afterwards. I know this is confusing. I promise. I promise I got you. I got you. But if you recorded, right now your recorder is set at 7. We don't have the Triforce for 8, so we're going to have to whistle twice to come out of level 6, right? Well, the fortunate thing here is there is a really cool way to save a little bit of time. You're going to come over here and then touch this, And then on the same frame, press B and A, and you can go into level 6. This will basically give you a little bit of a time save after you finish level 6. So, definitely what you want to do. Alright. So now we're in level 6. We did the hard part. You've got your safeties. Now, if you have the blue ring, damage is going to be half what I'm telling you right now. Just keep that in mind. This dungeon is scary. The enemies in this dungeon hit very hard. So here's what you got to know. Likes will do 1 heart of damage. Zols will do 1 heart of damage. Keys will do 1/2. Touching a red wizrobe will do 1. Touching a blue wizrobe or a blue wizrobe beam will do 2. Touching a red wizrobe beam will do 4. And then correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think Goma is a full heart if you touch her. And her fireball's a full heart? I believe so. Bubbles don't damage you. They take your sword away for 5 seconds. And then finally, if you stab a Zol with something other than the magic sword, like a candle, it can split and those do 1/2 heart. So basically, if you got the blue ring, just cut that in half. That's a lot. I know. That's a lot. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure we have that all in there. All right, you're going to go this way. Unlock this door, and then you're going to let go of the D-pad. This is for all people. This is for everybody. Switch to bombs if you want, just to have them ready. You're going to go through this door, and you're not going to move. I'll show you why. You see how they all spawn in front of you in a nice, easy row? Watch what happens if I walk out. Well, that time they kind of separated, but you might end up getting wizrobes down or up if you do that, kind of like that. So you just want to pause in this doorway and see how they just spawn right in front of you every single time. Then you can walk out and stab them all. And then hopefully get a bomb. The way bombs work in this game, you guys are probably familiar with the counts. Fortunately, we don't need a lot of bombs yet. But I will come back to how to get some bombs in a little bit. Sorry about the car alarm that's going off, if you can hear that. We'll worry about bombs in a second. So, kill those guys. Remember you have a magic shield, so you can block their beams. But if you want to be extra safe, just come up here and then stab them from the top. Oh, and by the way, one of these was a master, so if you kill the master, all of them will die. It's complicated. Without trying to get into it too much, it's complicated. If you don't get bombs, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got some backups. You're gonna come up here, just stab through the Zol, and then if you still have beams in this room right here, you're gonna want to whip your sword by stabbing in one direction and then shooting your beams behind you like that. Also keep in mind with big shield, you can block these fireballs, so if you lose beams or if you don't have a good pattern, you can just go stab them. It's not a big deal. But that's how you want to do that as quickly as possible. If you get a good pattern, you can actually kill this room really quickly. That was okay. Acceptable, but okay. Alright. So this next room has wizrobes, and this room is intimidating. Fortunately, there's a strat, and there's a couple different strats. If you got a bomb drop in the previous room, you'll have bombs for combat here if you want them. I would recommend not using them. Now, one thing to note is there are going to be likes in this room, and likes will eat your big shield. So if you get a like, they're going to eat your big shield. You don't want that. You want to try to keep your big shield. It's going to protect you against wizrobes. So try not to let the likes hug you. Try not to let them touch you. Now, if you stay in the middle, you'll see I got hit by the red beam. I wasn't paying attention. But you kind of saw what I was doing there. I was kind of just clearing house here. PB, you're distracting me. I'm in the middle of a tutorial. What do you want? What do you want? Want dog? My dog is right here in my face. And you got stinky breath. Can you go? Can you go? Go away. Oh boy. Sorry, I got distracted. Alright, so if you go straight up the middle, you can kind of just stay right here, and for the most part, These enemies are gonna try to kind of just do their own thing. Wizrobes are... They're hard to describe how to play them in a short tutorial. So I guess the best way to describe it is they kind of move like the knight pieces in chess, but they can cheat. They can go diagonal. So the safest place to be with beams, obviously, is like far away from them. But if you lose beams, you kind of want to wait for them to change directions and then take a couple stabs and then maybe move away. But one thing you need to know about Wizrobes is they will never fire on you if you're on the half tiles to the left or right if they're going up or down. Or, like, they won't even touch you with their beams. Let me see if I can show you. I'll try to make an example right here. No, I need them to cooperate. Here we go. Nope, that's not what I want. The bubble's not helping. Here we go. See how he's not shooting at me? But that time he did because I was above him. You don't ever want to be above them. If you want to be safe, stay below Wizrobes on the half tiles. And they'll never attack you. You just want to stay below them on the half tile and they will leave you alone. That's the best way to remember it. A lot of people panic when they're in this room because of how scary it is. But you notice, as long as you stay on the half tiles, they usually aren't that bad. You can kind of just chill and walk around in this room. Just make sure these guys don't shoot you. And remember, you have a shield, so if you need it, just use it. But, like, you can last in here. I'm not attacking or anything. Just pay attention to where those red beams are going and just kind of pay attention to what direction you're facing. Like, right there, I wasn't paying attention. I was on the full tile. Also, if you're ever facing them head on like that and you fire your sword, they can shoot you while your sword's out. And you have 13 frames of no protection, so they'll shoot you in the face. So ultimately, the best strat, this is what we do as top runners. You go through the middle. Oh, also, yeah, I forgot to mention that. You do not have iframes on Wizrobes. Let me try that again. That was really bad. Yeah, kind of like that. That's what you want. That's the God Room. You want the Wizrobes and the like lights to come to you. If the bubble touches you, under any circumstances, don't use your last bomb. No matter what. I'll explain why in a minute. You start this run with one bomb. If you do not get a bomb drop before you get through this room, do not use your bomb here. Or else you will have to fight what we call the Gliok of Shame. I'll show you that now. So the optimal route is we're going to go right here. Watch out for that. That can happen. Bomb this wall. You can bomb that tile, by the way. And you're going to go through that door. If you don't have bombs, you got to come up here. And then you're locked in. And now you have to fight this Gliok. And that is a whole thing you don't even want to mess with. You will have to fight a Gliok in 8. There's no getting around that. But here you don't have to fight this. This is an optional boss. So make sure you save that bomb for this wall right here. Make sure you are ready for that guy. Bomb the wall and then go through the door. As you go through this room, prepare for Wizrobes that'll spawn in front of you. And then just go down through this door. It's a pretty simple room. I got touched because I was talking. Let me show you guys again. So you're going to go right, be prepared to stab. And then as you go through this door, if you're holding right, be prepared to stab. Like that. And then go through this door. You shouldn't have to go up for any reason. Unless you had to fight the Gliok of Shame. In here you've got a row of lava here. I'll show you what this room looks like. The other room above is pretty simple. I'll show you that room actually too. Let me show you both rooms. In a second. So you just clear them out. The magical sword will kill them in one hit per enemy. It's pretty simple. This room looks like this, by the way, in case you're wondering. So you're just, with the ladder, you're just going to go left, or excuse me, go right, and then down towards the door, which is in the center of the screen. Pretty straightforward. As long as you don't deviate the route too much, the Wizrobes should all be in the same spots for the most part, so you should have a pretty clear path there. Just go through it a couple times and practice, and you should be good. So when you come in this room, just stab these guys. They all die in one hit. Pretty simple. Be aware that they have weird patterns. They'll either move or bounce. If you hit them with any other weapons other than bombs or the magical sword, they'll split into keys, and you'll have to deal with that as well, and that's fine. If you really want to get frisky, you could actually set up a bomb count there, but I wouldn't bother with that. In fact, stabbing them with the magical sword gives you a chance at a bomb, so I would just stab them with the magical sword and move on. Again, if you don't get bombs here, it's not that big of a deal. We've got some backups. Especially if you don't buy the blue ring. Go in and shoot a beam. Kind of like that. That's the optimal way to do that room. And if you're watching that and said, holy crap, what did you just do? When you walk into the room, you're going to have a blue whiz rope here and a blue whiz rope here. Again, that's assuming you don't deviate from the route. So as you enter, you're going to have a path here. The red whiz ropes tend to spawn in front of you, but there's also likes over there you want to hit. In this room, it's all about damage per second, DPS. You want to be hitting as many enemies as you can with every opportunity. You want to keep that damage flowing. The best defense in this room is a good offense. So as I enter the room, I didn't get any bombs there, that sucks. As I enter the room here, I'm gonna immediately beam right. And you can get frisky. That's a really frisky strat, by the way. You can do something like that. Now that's very, very frisky. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're comfortable with your combat. Because what I'm doing is I'm doing a sword whip right on this tile. That's pretty advanced stuff. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, another strategy you can do. Remember, if you have beams, you're gonna beam immediately. Remember, we're fighting on the half tiles. Let me lose beams real quick. Let me go lose beams real quick. Oh no, I took damage. So now I can't do the beam strats. So when I walk in the room, I'm gonna stab any red whiz robes on my side of that block. Oh, crap. I forgot. Okay. That's not gonna work. Yes, it will. I got an idea. Sorry about that. There we go. You're gonna go at what? Freaking tutorial look. So I'm gonna go up a half tile. Now the bubble kind of messed me up right there. That's why I kind of lost what I was trying to do there. The bubble can mess you up, and if that happens, you gotta stay calm, collect yourself, and come up with a way to start your combat up again. So you walk into the room, you're gonna go up a half tile, and you're gonna start attacking right here. And if you take damage, it's fine. If you take a bubble hit, that's fine. You can, if you have arrows, switch to arrows here. Arrows do the equivalent of white sword damage. Just make sure you save a rupee, because you need a rupee for an arrow here. For the boss fight. Arrows are also faster to use than the sword. So you're going to want to keep that in mind for keys if you want to save 5 frames. I'm just kidding. It's like super optimized. Don't worry about that. Walk straight to this door. If you do, those bubbles will leave you alone. The enemies will leave you alone. Now, if you don't have money, for whatever reason, you can kill those Zols and they can drop money. You should have money, even if you buy a blue ring, but just in case, if you need money, you can kill them. This is your last chance for free bombs in this dungeon. Now, you don't need this key on this route, but those guys can drop bombs. So if you don't have bombs at this point, you can kill them and get a bomb chance. You do not need this key, though. But, actually, do we? Do we need this key? Put a pin in that. Do we need that key? Also, what's up, Ice? Yes. And what's up, BA? I don't think we do. How many keys do we leave level 6 with? 2? Because we get the one in the Blue Lagoon. I'll let you guys know. Put a pin in this room. I don't remember if we need this key or not. If you don't have bombs yet, you can finally stab these guys and hope they give you a bomb drop. But if they don't, then you're gonna have to do some farming or go buy some bombs. Goma! Shoot her once in the eye, easy peasy. Sometimes she'll stay in the center, and that's really easy. You can just fire straight up. If she goes left or right, I like to go to this block and fire. Since you don't really want to have to go 2 cycles, if you want, you can get in her face. But if you do lose a cycle, it's not a big deal, as long as you have health. If you do miss the first cycle kill, just stay low. Dodge her fireballs and just try to wait. It takes about 5 seconds for her to open her eye back up, and then you can shoot her in the face again. But again, if you buy the blue ring, you might only have 5 arrows, so don't panic fire. Make sure you save that shot. And if all else fails... Oh, well, I'm all the way back here now. Excuse me 1 second. I'll explain what I was going to say in just a second. Nope, come back. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to arrows now. And since I don't have 8 bombs yet, I'm gonna kill these Vyres. That's what they call these guys down here are called Vyres. I'm gonna grab the key too, just in case. This is my last chance to get a bomb. Did not get one, so we're gonna have to farm. Okay. Oh no, I messed up. Just stay low. Stay calm, wait for an opening, get in her face and shoot. If you want, you can use the select button to pause the game and wait for an opening and then make your shot count. But you only need 1 arrow to kill her, so take your time. You already missed a cycle. The first kill is pretty easy. Like, as you walk in, especially if you get that one, you can just do that and step aside 1/2 tile. This art container is optional, you don't need it, but it's pretty free to get it, so you might as well. And that's level 6 in a nutshell. It's pretty simple. It's mostly going to be learning how to handle the Wizrobes, learning how they move, understanding, stay on the half tiles, stay below the Wizrobes. Don't let the likes eat your shield. If they do, it's whatever. It's not the end of the world if they do. Don't use your bomb until you bomb that wall, otherwise you have to fight Gleeok. And then as we go to the Triforce, you're going to switch to the Recorder, and that's level 6. Now, fortunately, level 8 is pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, it's probably the hardest. It's probably harder than 6. Like, these dungeons are not easy, man. So going into level 8, now, going back to the different routes that we're talking about, if you're getting the blue ring and you whistled to level 3, like I showed you earlier, right now your Recorder is set at 3. To go to level 8, we're going to whistle to level 2. So if you went to 3 after you got the potion and then walked up to the blue ring, you're going to whistle down once. If you walked to the potion shop and bought a potion or walked to the blue ring, your Recorder is currently set at 1. You're going to whistle up or right once. And then finally, if you did the optimal route with the Recorder and you did the Recorder outside of 6, the one I showed you at the Armos just now, your Recorder is also going to be set at 1, and you're going to do up or right 1 time. And that should take you to level 2. Now, a couple things you can know about here before we go on. If you used your potion in level 6, you have 2 options to get another potion. You can either whistle to level 1 and go get the potion that's free, the one I showed you earlier. If you've already got that potion and you have no money, let's say you bought the blue ring and you used your potion and you're panicking, oh my god, what do I do? Let me show you. There's a couple different backups. Again, you can whistle to 1 and go get the potion that I showed you earlier. You could also just use up+a by pausing the game and then using controller 2 and pressing up+a on the controller. I'll show you what that looks like. You go to this screen and then press up and A on controller 2, and then you could save the game, and then that'll warp you back to home. I believe this is up+a allowed, right? I believe this is. Let me double check that before I commit to that. I believe that's allowed. Let me just confirm that. Because in the most popular category, we can't do that. That's illegal. It does not say you cannot use up+a, so I'm assuming up+a is legal. Okay, cool. So that is an option to get to level 1 if you don't want to mess with the recorder. You can do that. Or coming out of 6, you can walk down here. This guy's gonna always be in your way. Just kind of get through him the best you can. And you're gonna walk over to this spot right here. We start with the power bracelet. So you can go up here, push this block, and you're gonna take the middle staircase. Then you're gonna walk over here. Watch out for these guys. You're gonna switch to bombs. This will not work if you don't have bombs, by the way. You do need bombs. And you can go up to this spot right here and buy another potion. Another option, if you want a potion, is coming out of here. We're gonna go to level 2 just like we normally would. And instead of walking to 8 like I'm about to show you, jerk, we're gonna go up instead. Is there a potion shop around here? I believe there is. I'm trying to remember where the closest potion shop is. You can switch to bombs. And you're gonna bomb this wall. And then here's your other potion that you can grab. I know there's a potion shop up by 5. Does anyone know of any other potion shops that you can buy potions at? I know of one. Honestly, you're probably not going to need it. Because you're going to need bombs to do it anyways, so I don't think I'm going to bother. But if you go right here, and then go up 2 screens, there's a bombable wall there with the potion shop. But you'll need 68 rupees to buy it. And you need a bomb anyway, so you're probably better off either getting that one I just showed you, or taking the any road, and then after you take the any road and get that potion, you would whistle to 2. So it'd be the same as you would have done if you had left level 6. If you got the blue ring, you're gonna whistle up or right. No, if you got the blue ring, you're gonna whistle down or left, I'm sorry. Down or left if you got the blue ring, up or right otherwise. Sorry, I know that's complicated, but you're gonna have to learn this. It's just the way it is. This is not an easy goal. So you're gonna want to spend some time on this. Anyways, all right. So we're done with 6. We didn't use our potion. We're good. You're gonna face up or right, whistle to 2, and you're gonna kill every blue enemy you see on your screen. Now, if you really want to get fancy, you can learn the global counts here. I'm not going to go into that in this video. If you really want, ask in the Discord. Somebody will hook you up with that information. But basically, every global 1, 6, and 8 drop is a bomb. It's complicated. Again, you're going to want to ask in Discord if you want to know about that. You could also force a bomb outside of 2. The whirlwind we just rode resets your count to 0. So then if you kill this enemy here, your count's going to be 1. Great point, Aussie God. I did not think about that at all. Thank you for explaining that. I totally forgot about that. All right, you can go this way. You'll need a bomb. Thank you. You can bomb this right here. Actually, that's right. We showed that before I went into 6. My bad. I forgot about this. Yeah. Totally forgot about this. You can use your potion here and buy a potion here. So there's your options for potions before level 8. Thank you, I've totally forgot about that. So right now our count is 0. I'm gonna kill this guy. My count's at 1. If I really wanted to, I could start a 10 count. I'm gonna switch to candle and we're gonna kill all the blue enemies. 2, 3, 5, there's our bomb. Oh, I didn't get a bomb, oh no, I can come over here. And I'm gonna kill these guys. 6, 7, 8, 9. And you notice I left one Octorok over here. If you kill that Octorok, that last kill I had just now is going to be 10. So if you don't take any damage, that's an easy 10 count. You could easily set that up as a backup if you really wanted to. Or, let's say you get over here and you completely mess it up. And you don't know what to do. You're panicking. It's race day, you don't have bombs, you don't know what to do, right? You're gonna open this bush up anyways. That's level 8. You can walk over here. There's some more chances for bombs right here. You can get bombs like that. Or if all else fails, you can go in here and buy some bombs off this guy for 20 rupees. If you don't have the blue ring, you should have plenty of money to do this. Or you should be able to grab rupees from the Armos. There's a heart container, by the way, if you want it. You can grab that. Lots of options for backups, but another option, if you need bombs, is you can whistle to 2. Kill this guy. We didn't get a bomb. Oh no! Come down here. You're gonna kill the blueies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to show you guys what I was talking about earlier. 7, 8, 9. Oh, I didn't get any bombs. Oh no! Luckily, I still have some bombs from 6. I just forced that bomb. That is a forced bomb. 10 consecutive kills without taking damage. The 10th kill is a bomb. You can force a bomb. Oh no, I screwed up my count. I took damage. I don't have bombs. What do I do? You're gonna switch to candle. Like, let's say you don't have any money to buy bombs. You don't know what to do. Come down here, you kill these guys. They're bomb droppers as well. You still need bombs. You're gonna open up 8, go in, come back out. All the enemies will respawn and you can come back up here and farm. This is like absolute worst case scenario. So those are your options for bombs. You need bombs from this point forward. I think we need 5 and 9 and 2 and 8, right? Does that sound right, Ice, or anyone else watching? I think it's 5 and 9. 1 to get into 9, then 2, 3 for next room. 4 to bomb up in Silver Arrow. And then 5 to bomb. No, 6. You need 6 bombs in 8 and 9. 6 bombs in 9. 6 bombs in 9 and 2 and 8. So you absolutely need 8 bombs total, but you're gonna want bombs in 9 for combat. We'll get to that when we get there. Again, this is a tough goal. This is not an easy goal. Just a quick disclaimer, if anyone's here to watch Sanity Saturdays, it will be starting at the conclusion of this tutorial. So if you're here for Sanity Saturdays, just hang tight. As soon as this tutorial is done, we will fire up Mega Man 3 for the first time. That can happen, by the way. There's a trick to get through that. It's kind of tough. So for the sake of keeping this short, we're just gonna go on. Kill him. Oh, we didn't get bombs. So assume you have your bombs. Assume you don't need a potion. You're ready to go to 8. Jerk. Wow. You're gonna switch to candle. And you're gonna go down here. Now, just for the record, there's a book and an any key in level 8. Neither is required, but you're welcome to get both if you want. I don't know what you want. I know Ice Blue's gonna get the book. But otherwise, I would just head straight up here. You're gonna switch to bombs. This is where we need bombs. There's gonna be a manhandle in here. Watch out for him, he's a jerk. You can bomb kind of far away. So right now, Link is on the 2nd tile down. If you walk up and drop your bomb on that tile, you'll hit the wall. The hitbox is huge for bombs. You're just gonna blow a hole in the wall, and then when you go through this hole, you're gonna be in a room we call the Blue Lagoon. It's gonna be 5 blue dark nuts and 4 laser turrets. It's a tough room to handle. The number one thing you need to know about this room is that the fireballs will do 1/2 heart of damage. The blue dark nuts will do 2, again, assuming you have the green tunic. So cut that in half if you have the blue ring. Never, on purpose anyways, never avoid a fireball to walk into a dark nut. For one thing, fireballs will give you iframes. And for the other, they do 1/4 the damage. So for every 4 fireball hits, you take 1 blue dark nut hit. This is why you might want a potion for this room. This is going to be a very difficult stretch for anybody who's not familiar with this game. Dark nuts cannot take damage from the front. This goes for bombs as well as for swords. You can only stab them from the back or the sides. So what we're going to be doing here is trying to kite them a little bit. We're going to be walking alongside them, trying to stab them, fighting on the full tiles. So remember with Wizrobes, we were fighting on the half tile. Here you're going to be fighting on the full tiles. Keep in mind, if you follow a Dark Nut that's walking away from you, they tend to turn back towards you. Dark Nuts in this game target what we call Link or Anti-Link. And all you need to know about that for the sakes of this goal is that the opposite on both the X and the Y axis on your screen is Anti-Link. So the Dark Nuts will be swapping back and forth between that. It's kind of way more complicated than that. But basically, if you're following them behind you, like if you're following behind them, they tend to turn back towards you and you can't damage them. And they're going to do a lot of damage towards you. So I'll show you optimal strats and then I'll show you a couple of little things you can do to help yourself out. So let's go in and do optimal strats here. We're going to walk right. Notice I'm just letting the fireballs hit me. I don't care if the fireballs hit me. They're only doing a half-hearted damage. That was really clean, by the way. I didn't mean to do it that clean. Using sword whips, shooting your beams, trying to maximize damage per second. You're really going to be trying to hit those Dark Nuts. That's for top runners, honestly. Like it took me years to get that good at this room. For the average runner who's learning this for the Big 20, when you go through this room, your number one priority is going to be to stay away from clusters. You don't want them to surround you like that. So stab them on the full tile and then get away. Line up your next attack. And if they turn like that, no big deal. Just walk away. Try to line up another attack. Do not chase them. Remember, you have a big shield, assuming you didn't get eaten by a like. And don't panic if you stab and miss. Like I shouldn't be fighting them in the full tile. Oh, they came at me like that. There you go. Kind of something like that. This will take practice. This is going to be hard. And if this room is hard, the next one we're about to do is even harder. Because then you're going to be dealing with 6 Dark Nuts and 2 laser turrets in the middle of the room. It's much harder to dodge. So this is going to take some practice. You're going to have to just get used to how they move. And this is going to be what makes or breaks your Zelda 1 run. This room right here and the next room. That's why I'm so adamant about these different potions. Because if you have a potion, you can almost kind of tank these rooms. The same thing goes with the Wizrobes, though. You're going to want to save a potion for 9. And that's why the blue ring is such a good choice for everybody. It basically effectively doubles your health. So keep that in mind, too. Don't be too proud to take the 30 seconds or so and go get that blue ring. I promise you it's better than dying. All right. Once we kill this room, I don't think we need that key. I don't think we do. Oh, you know what? No, so the key I was telling y'all about in 6 is optional. You're going to need to leave this dungeon with at least 2 keys. But if you leave it with 3, you can save a little bit of time in 9. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get to 9. All right, get through this room. However you have to get through this room, just get through it. Wait. No, that key isn't optional, is it? This key isn't optional. You do have to grab that key. I'm pretty sure you do. Am I mistaken? Does anyone know? I'm pretty sure that key is required. Get them both, I think. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get them both. If I don't put an addendum to this video at the end of it, you're gonna grab every key I've shown you so far. This room. If you really want to get frisky, you could drop a bomb like that and hope that you get them all clustered. But as you can see, that's pretty advanced stuff. That's like world record caliber stuff. That's like, honestly, pretty good for a top runner. You're not going to be able to replicate that when you're first starting out. So what you could do is hide in this area, the fireballs will stop shooting, and then find a way to pick off one at a time. You'll notice, by the way, as I'm stabbing Dark Nuts, I retreat as soon as I stab. We call this sword whipping. As soon as I stab, I retreat. You see how I shot that one with the beam, and then I'm free, I'm safe every single time. As soon as I stab, I retreat. Don't just stand there like this. You're gonna get hit if you do this. See? Don't do that. Stab and retreat. Every single attack. You're basically poking them with your sword. like that. These rooms are going to take practice. These are some of the toughest rooms in the run. And if you're doing this without blue ring or potions, it's going to take a lot of reps. It's doable, but this is not easy. This is a very difficult part of the run. If you're desperate for bombs for any reason whatsoever, you can clear this room. Don't do what I just did. Not only do these guys maybe drop bombs, but an absolute backup there is a bomb drop on the floor. It's a static drop, so that will always be there when you clear this room. But it's risky. You gotta go through those dark nets. You're gonna take some damage. So keep that in mind. This is like an absolute worst case scenario, I'm desperate for bombs situation, because you're gonna need a bomb in this next room. You can also use arrows here. I'll show you in a moment. Just drop your bomb like I did right there. You're gonna hold up as soon as you spawn, and then drop a bomb. Drop a bomb on those blocks and you'll blow up the hole, and that will save you some time so you don't have to wait when you go around. If you're low on health, switch to arrows here. Fire down, fire right. Now, I set up what's called a fairy explosion. Basically, I had a count of 12 there. And then I killed, or is it 13? It might be 13. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm gonna pretend like I did. You can set up a count and get a fairy explosion there. I think it's 13. It might be 12. It's either 12 or 13. I can't remember. That's difficult to do. I wouldn't do that. If you're relying on that, you're better off getting a potion. I was stabbing them more to maybe get hearts. Oh man, is it 12 or 13? I don't remember. It's one of the two. But anyways, yeah, you're gonna want to use arrows on these pole's voice. These bunny rabbits die in one arrow versus, I believe, 3 stabs with your sword. So 2 shots will take all those out if you do the room the same every single time. You're gonna spawn here. You're gonna press up and bomb, then walk to here and shoot down, then walk to here and shoot right. If you do that quick enough, you'll clear that room in like a fraction, like a second or 2. And then you can just walk up here for the Gleeok fight, which is pretty tough. This bomb hole tends to suck Link into it. Jody smiled. And so if you leave the room, you have to start the fight over. You don't get your health back, but Gleeok does. So keep that in mind. It's a 4-headed Gleeok with the magic sword. The first head takes 3 hits? Let's find out. It's been a while. And then 2 hits per head. One thing to know about Gleeok is even with these heads flying around, only 1 fireball can be on screen at a time. So it's reasonably easy to dodge the fireballs as long as you're watching where everything is on the screen. I like to tell new runners of Z1 that the Gleeok fight is kind of like how you would play a shmup. I'm not looking at Link at all. I'm not looking at Link. I'm using my peripheral vision to kind of keep track of Link. I'm looking at Gleeok and her heads. Where's the fireball? Where are the heads? I don't want to take damage. I know where Link kind of is. I don't care about that. I want to know where what can hurt me is. And then make adjustments accordingly. Like, look how long it took me before I got hit. That was over almost like a minute, maybe longer. When you go into the room, that same strategy applies. Oh crap, I'm all the way back here. Okay, well give me a second. Let's get back there. My fault. So I'll show you this room again. You're gonna go hold up, bomb, and if you don't want to shoot the arrows, you can just stab through with the pole's voice like that. All right. So you're gonna enter this room and you're gonna get right in Gleeok's face if you have the health. Notice I'm kind of moving side to side because only 1 fireball can be on screen at a time. You can pretty much do a damageless fight as long as you're paying attention to where those fireballs are, where those heads are. But if you have the health, especially if you have blue ring, keep in mind, Gleeok does a heart of damage, which with each of her heads that are flying around the room and each of her fireballs. If you get into this fight with a potion, or if you've got like 8 or 9 hearts, you're probably gonna outlast Gleeok if you just get in her face and punch her in the face with the magic sword. If you've got the health, go in and just punch her out. Kill her as quick as you can. If you get down to 2 hearts, use a potion. 1 heart if you have the blue ring. If you don't have a potion and you're low on health and you're kind of like, what do I do here? You can use the select button to pause. We call this pause strats. I have to be careful because select's my save state key, but you see, like, I can kind of make my adjustments and then make another attempt to stab. That's what I was trying to avoid. But yeah, get in her face. You're gonna kill her before she kills you. And then if you want, you can get this optional heart for safety. Just kill her. You're better off getting her out before you get in trouble. But if you're low health, Darkwing Duck, a legendary Zelda runner, used to call this pendulum strats. Just moving in a big U shape around Gleeok. As long as the fireball's on screen, she can't throw another one. And then look, I took 1 heart of damage. Again, you're gonna want to practice it, but at the very least, it's doable with a little bit of strategy. Use these tiles. These 2 tiles here, this tile here, and these 2 tiles here. A couple little notes to know about Gleeok. She has a very skewed hitbox to the right. This is more of something you see in level 4 in the any % no up base speedrun or in other categories. It's not as important here, but it is something I want to let you know about. You can damage her pretty far to the right. So you're better off staying slightly right. But like, you see how much damage I am trying to be cute there? Don't be cute. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying, is like, it's not really applicable here. One other thing to note is that if you touch her heads that are attached to her body, it does 3/8 heart of damage. So if you find yourself low on health and you're stuck between a head and a heart place, bop the head. You'll gain iframes, it'll push you away, and then you can re-evaluate where you're at and then set up your attack again. But like, I only lost 5.5 hearts there, and I was just kind of going right up into her face. So with a little bit of practice, you should be able to handle that fight. But again, if you're having trouble with it, grab a potion before you come in here. And that's level 8. Go ahead and switch to the recorder, grab your Triforce, you're almost done, kind of. I wish that were true. We're headed to level 9. And this is where things get tough. You thought things were tough already. Things are about to get real tough. So before we go, all 3 routes should be where your recorder's at 2 if you've been following this tutorial. If not, for whatever reason, you can figure that out, figure out where your recorder is, and then we're gonna be recording to level 1. That's what we want to do. Level 1 is the closest walk to level 9. That's what we do in the speedrun. But let's say you used all your potions. What do? Well, that's where all those safeties I just told you about come into play. There's the potion on the coast, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get from here. If you can't screen scroll, you're gonna have to walk around. Where am I at? Okay, good. You're gonna have to walk around like this if you can't screen scroll. You can scroll this screen. You can scroll this screen. If not, you have to walk around. And then you have to come down here. And then, finally, you can grab this potion. Now let's say you need money. You can do the same thing to get this secret right here. Burn this bush. And inside of here is 100 rupees. If you already used that potion and you need another potion, there's some money. And you can grab a potion on the way. I'll show you where that shop is. If you didn't get the blue ring, there's a very convenient potion shop on the way to 9. And I've already showed you where the other potions are. So I'm gonna go ahead and just recorder to level 1, which is a down recorder if your recorder's at 2. Now, if you still have the potion south of 1, now's the time to go grab that for free. But if you want a faster potion, and you did not buy the blue ring, you can come up here for 1 bomb. You have to switch to bombs anyways, so you might as well just... Well, I guess you have to switch to the letter too, but you can bomb this, go in, and here's a potion shop. This is your other option if you want to buy a potion. Those are your backups if you want to get a potion before 9. There's also a potion shop 1 screen left of 9. I'll show you where that is in a moment. So if, for example, you go into 9 and you die, and you don't want to go back and farm or whatever, and you just want to go back into 9, but you have enough money for a potion, I will show you where to buy one. All right, let's go back. This is the optimal route now. So if you're not getting potions or safeties, you're just going to play it like an any % no up A run. Again, there's a 30 secret on this screen, as well as 1 screen below. 2 screens below, I'm sorry, if you need money, but that's a little slower. If you can scroll it, scroll the screen. If not, just be careful to get through there. And then you're gonna kill these guys. Now, I recommend killing that Lionel that I just killed, because he likes to stab. He's kind of a jerk. But if you can get to the rock and bomb it and go, get off the screen. The screen is dangerous. You don't want to be here. If you need a potion, you can go into here. This is another option for potions. I was correct, by the way. We do need all those keys. So, yeah, if you're watching the tutorial, hopefully you got all the keys. You would think I would know these things after thousands of attempts, but it's kind of autopilot for me. I don't really think about it. I just know which keys I need to grab. I don't really think about my counts. So I apologize. But yeah, you're gonna grab all the keys that we got on this run. So there's the key in the keys room, the key in the second Wizrobe room, the key in the Vire room before Goma, and the key in the blue Darknut room in 8. You need all those keys. You're also going to need this key here. Now, advanced runners can set up a count and bomb these likes and these Zols to set up a count. We call this the river bomb, and basically what it implies is you're going to set up a 9 count between when you land at level 1 and when you get into this room, you can force a bomb. It's pretty advanced stuff. It's something to keep in mind. If you're desperate, you can force a bomb in here. There is a backup bomb that I'm going to show you in a minute, but it's pretty dangerous. This is one of the few spots in the run that I think is going to be hard for new runners, because they're going to need bombs. I don't have enough bombs to beat the game, I don't think. Maybe I have exactly. Let me see. 4. So next room. Silver arrows. Yeah, I have exactly the amount of bombs I need right now. I don't have any spares. So if I were in trouble with bombs here, let's say I had 3. There is a backup, but again, it's kind of scary. I strongly recommend you let a bubble touch you after you clear this room and reset your count to 0, because this is the one time in that, I don't care if you're new to this game, you're gonna want to learn how to set up a count here. I'll show you a couple of different options for safeties. But if you don't set up a count here, you're gonna be in trouble. So let's go ahead and head through the door. And here's our first block clip. All right. So far, we haven't had to do any block clips if you're new to the game. Again, you can go to redcandle.us if you want to see a graphic on how to do this. But basically what we're going to be aiming for is Link's head to be right there. Then I'm going to sword, and while my sword is out, I'm going to press left or right on the controller, and then I can clip through the block and walk into the staircase. There's actually a second spot you can do it. If you use the sword, you can do it right here, and it'll let you in as well. It's a 2-pixel window. 2-frame window, I should say. Right there and right there. sword, and then while your sword animation's happening, press left. You have 13 frames to do that, and then you can go through. If you do not feel comfortable with the block clips, you're gonna have to kill these guys. Now, fortunately, if you have beams, you can just stand over here and beam them. But if they come after you, you only need to kill one of them. Kill one of them. Let me save in here so I don't mess up my spawns. And then you can just leave the room. And when you come back, they'll both be dead. Or you can kill them both. Whatever is more comfortable to you. And then you can push the block. But I strongly suggest you learn this because we're going to be doing another block clip here in a minute. That's going to save you a lot of time and hopefully a lot of headache, but it's going to be tricky to hit. This is not going to be easy. Especially because this is the last game of the Big 20. It's a lot of pressure. This is going to be a pressure cooker. I don't care who you are. So you're going to want to make sure you learn and practice these block clips. If you're having trouble learning it, a really good place to do it is in level 1. You go to that room in level 1 that has the bow. Or any room that has these blocks. I mean, you can come here and kill those worms and then practice all you want. But learn this. I promise you're going to want to learn this. But if you don't, just be prepared for some extra combat. Now, I don't know my count because I just killed those things. I think my count's 7. Alright, so this room, you can skip these likes. But the thing about skipping these likes is it's kind of tricky. And you don't want them to eat your shield. So, like, let me show you if I can do it like that. You can use your iframes to get through the likes like that. You risk losing your shield if they catch you, though. You only have a couple seconds before they take your shield away. If you don't care about that, then whatever. Top runners are going to be skipping these likes. But if you're not comfortable with that, just kill them. It's 3 magic sword hits, and they'll die. So we're going to go right here. There's going to be a blue wizrobe ahead of us. And that blue wizrobe can fire at you. You have the big shield, you're fine. Just keep walking right. If you don't have the big shield, be ready for it. It's 2 hearts of damage you do not want to take. We call it the FU beam because it's like FU. As you walk into this room, watch that wizrobe on the right. He might fire at you. If he doesn't, you're good. Just walk through. If he does, you're going to have to dodge up or down and then keep going right. Unless you have the big shield. If you have the big shield, just block it. Alright, so this next room is Patcher 1. And Patcher 1 is a scary, scary fight. We're going to skip it if we have bombs. If you have bombs, you can skip this fight. Let me see if I can do it. It's been a while. I'm not getting a very good pattern here either. Oof, this pattern sucks. It is possible to skip this fight. Basically, you're using sword iframes to get through his little orbitals. But it's tricky. I got a really bad pattern for this. There are some patterns that you just cannot skip, no matter what. Let me try this method. Alright, fine. Fine, you win, game. You win. You win. We'll go out here. Try another pattern. I had it. I had it, and then I got gridded. Oh, I'm embarrassed. I had it. Like that. So that's the pattern you want. It's timing. But Patcher does 2 hearts of damage. So if you're worried about damage, or if you're low on bombs, you can come in here, wait for Patcher to do this, stay about 4 tiles or 5 tiles away from her, and then wait for 3 cycles, then just get right here. Oh, I got screwed. You see why this is dangerous. Patcher has some quirks. We'll leave it at that. One of Patra's orbitals can either lock Patra in her closed state or can keep her going expando Patro. I don't really know how to explain it quickly. One of her orbitals is what we call the Keymaster, and basically if you kill that one, depending on her state, will lock her into a state of expanding or contracted. If you need these bombs, you're just gonna have to deal with that. Same if you're trying to kill if you're trying to kill her to avoid taking damage. So you see I got the orbital again because I'm standing by the door. I've gotten the orbital every single time here. I'm not trying to. If you want to be safe, by the way, you can wait until the 3rd cycle. And then do that. So you saw I killed the orbital while she was contracted. And that caused Patra to stay contracted and makes the fight a little easier. But that fight is scary. But you'll get a guaranteed bomb. And if you die in level 9 at any point, if you do Patra skip, well, Patra's going to be here when you come back. But if you don't do Patra skip and you kill this Patra, she's dead for the rest of the game. She never comes back. So up to you how you want to handle this room. The top runners are going to be doing Patra skip. If you're not okay with that, just be prepared for an annoying fight, but you get rewarded with bombs. So at least you get that. So go ahead and head up. This is what we call next room. This is our first required Wizrobe combat in 9, and there's a couple things you need to know about. Remember, I was telling you guys that you're gonna have to force bombs, especially if you don't get that Patra bomb. If you have less than 4 bombs right now going into this room, before I bombed the wall, so you'd have 3, if that makes sense, if you're following me. You can use the old man to set up a 9 count. Especially if your count's 0. So that's why counting is so important. If you don't know your count, you can stab the old man and take intentional damage. And then go up here. Stab the old man 9 times, and then there's gonna be a red Wizrobe right in front of you if you hold left. You can just do that. And there's your bomb. That's one option. There's another option I'll show you that's a little bit faster. If you know your count. But you have to know your count for this to work. So, again, I wish there was an easier way to do this. There's really not. If you're not comfortable with counting, you're either going to have to get lucky or you're going to have to kill Patra. There's really no other choice here. So, that is one option. You can use the old man to set up a count. But anyways, oops. I'll show this one more time. Oh, I got the orbital when it was contracted. Ha! Of course. So I got a forced fiver there, so I know my count's at 0. That's another thing entirely. If you ever get a 5 rupee drop on somebody who's not supposed to drop a 5er, then you know your count's at 10. It's complicated. Don't worry about that. Alright, so when you go into this room, there's going to be 3 blue Wizrobes, 2 red Wizrobes. It's a difficult room. There's a couple different ways you can play it. That's kind of one of the advanced strats, to go right here and stay in this general area. Another strategy is you can go down, stabbing one of those on the way. Remember, we're fighting on the half tiles. Watch out for those Wizrobe beams. If you have your big shield here, that's going to be really nice. The big shield blocks the Wizrobe beams, so if you have your big shields here, if you haven't let a like get you, you're going to have the best defense in the game against Wizrobes. If you don't feel comfortable with any of these strategies, hold left and fire, try to get a Wizrobe, and then you're going to stay low. Watch out for those red Wizrobes. Stay on a half tile below the blue Wizrobe. That's okay. Not a big deal. I took 1 hit. In fact, now I know my counts too. So, there's options for your combat here. But the number one thing you need to remember about Wizrobes is they cannot fire on you if they don't see you, and they can only see you when you're on the full tile or on the half tile above them. So take your time here. Don't panic. These guys are not as scary as they look. They're only scary when you go at them. Take your time here. Find your opening and then kill them. I just want to do one more try at the optimal strats. I like this. This is one of the rooms we practice as speedrunners a lot. I did not do that right. That's what I get for talking. That's what I get for talking. There. That's how you do that room. That will take some practice. And again, you're going to have to learn how the Wizrobes move. They're kind of like the knife piece in chess. They're either going to do that L shape and then they're going to phase, or they'll phase when they, instead of doing the L. Just getting used to their movement, spending some time in this room and just watching how they move. Get used to how they move. That's the best advice I can give you. If all else fails, pack a potion. Now let's say you need bombs. These keys are gonna respawn. So right now my count's 4. There's only 5 Zols in here. Well, how am I gonna get a 9 count? I can go back in here. 5. And I think I should be at 5, but I'm gonna do a couple extras just to be safe. 6, 7. And there's my bomb. So I was at 7. So that's the 10 right there. So that's an option to force a bomb. If you don't get a bomb on Patra, if you don't get a bomb in the next room, and you do need bombs, especially for combat in the reverse C where we get the silver arrow, you're gonna want to get a count off those keys. So try to remember when you take a bop in next room and you take damage, try to remember how many Wizrobes you killed since the last time you take damage. I know that's hard. I know that's difficult. This is where a lot of Zelda 1 runners really get tripped up when they're learning this run. If you forget what your count is, if you're not sure, especially if you're down to like 1 bomb and you do not, because there's no backup. If you don't have your bombs here, you're in big trouble. You might have to leave level 9. It's not pretty. You do not want to run out of bombs in level 9. You're better off taking damage intentionally on those keys and then building your count up until you're certain that you've got a 9 count, and then come out here and bomb these Zols. In fact, if you want to be extra safe, you can switch to the boomerang, stun the Zol, and then drop your bomb. So we're going to use our last key of the game. We're going to go through this door. And now, remember what I was talking about, block clips? This is the one I was really referring about. This is the most important block clip in the game. And there are some more. I'm going to show you some more, but this is pretty advanced stuff. This is a very difficult stretch of the game, especially if you don't have the blue ring. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you guys where the red ring was. I totally forgot to show you where the red ring is. I'll come back and show you after we finish 9. I'll show you where the red ring is. The red ring is going to give you double the blue ring and quadruple the green tunic in defense. So I'll show you where the red ring is, but the red ring is going to be not easy to get to. So it'll be up to you if you want to go for that. I totally forgot about the red ring. So coming through this door, there's another Patra. Top runners are going to clip immediately into Patra. And if you miss it, you got to just go for a backup. I missed it 3 times in a row. 4 times in a row. 5 times in a row. Yeah, tutorial luck. Wow. So you see, I took 2 hearts of damage. That is an option. You can do it that way. If you want to be a little safer, you can come down to here, set up right here, wait for an opening, and then go for the clip. Or, if all else fails, and yeah, that's a good point, Ice. The 7 o'clock clip is just safer anyways. Like, you're only losing like a half second to do this. We call this the 7 o'clock clip because it's like, imagine this is a clock. So, you're probably better off doing the 7 o'clock clip. Now, one other thing to know, though, is that if you don't kill this Patra, she will be here when you return. Now, this is not the Expando Patrona. This is the round-the-world kind of trippy Patra. You do not want to fight her on the right. So my advice is to set up for this clip, and if she doesn't give you an opening, kill her. Stand about 3 tiles away from her. That's pretty. Oh, let's do it again without beams, so you can see how it is. Because you're probably not gonna have beams at this point. Come over here. Oh, she's not giving me an opening. All right, I'm gonna go high like this. Stand about 3 tiles away from her, about 3 or 4 tiles, and just stab. This does 2 things. One, it makes this room free from when you return. You'll see what I'm talking about when I show you the advanced stuff on the way back. And you don't have to worry about learning the block clips. So if you're having trouble with block clips, you can just kill the worms at the beginning of 9 and then kill this Patra, and you don't have to worry about it. So keep it in mind. If you're worried about health in 9, killing this Patra is going to save you 2 hearts later on. So just something to note. But I'm going to go ahead and do the optimal strats. I'll go with 7 o'clock clip this time. Of course, I missed it twice. Oh my goodness gracious. What is wrong with me? Try this again. There. Dude, the big shield is a curse. It is a curse. All right. Now, when you come out of this room, there's a couple things to note. We're going to be in another diamond staircase, and there's going to be wizrobes everywhere. If you're not good at block clips, you're going to be in trouble if you go into this room and aren't prepared. So I'm going to show you a couple things. The optimal strat is to go around these blocks immediately bombing and killing a blue and a red wizrobe. I'll show you what that looks like. Well, I kind of had a bad spawn. Let me try again. And I'm going to kill as many of these guys as I can. They will not respawn. And now you don't have to worry about them. When you come back, this will be a free room. Remember, you want to be safe. Now, if you're not comfortable with fighting on the top of the stairs like that, hold left, stab that guy, and look, they're not even near me. The only thing I had to worry about was that red wizrobe right there. And now I can set up, wait until I have an opening, stay on the half tiles, don't let them get below you. And look how easy and peasy that is. You just have to take this room slow. If you're not sure, use pause strats, get below them and fight them on the half tile. You want to try and clear out at least a few of them, if not the entire room right now, because when you come back, we're going to be doing a very difficult reverse clip. If you cannot reverse clip, or if you are afraid of doing it under pressure, because this is the last game of the Big 20, and you're in the most dangerous part of the Big 20. Keeping it real, this is the scariest part of this entire Big 20. Right here. So, you're better off killing these guys. But if you're not going to kill them, you can just go through this room. Don't do what I'm about to do. No, don't do that. Okay. So this is why we want bombs. This is why we want bombs. We're going to be doing a strategy in this room. So there's going to be 3 blue wizrobes, 2 red wizrobes, and some bubbles. This room is really annoying, and there's not a lot of places to hide. And if the bubbles touch you, you lose your sword. So you lose 5 seconds, and you are defenseless. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to lure the blue wizrobes down to us. We're going to stand in a very specific spot. And then once they get there, we're going to bomb. Now, before you do anything in this room, you need to remember that you need 2 bombs minimum after this room to beat the game. If you use too many bombs here, there are no backups. There are 0 backups. If you use all your bombs here, your only chance to continue your run is to kill the red wizrobes and cross your fingers. Or walk all the way back to that Patra I showed you. If you don't have that bomb there waiting for you, you literally have to leave the dungeon and go get bombs. In fact, you can soft lock, and I'll show you where that is. You can soft lock in here, and you'll have no choice but to either die or up A. to get out of it. So bombs are so important right here. You absolutely need to keep track of your bombs here. It's more important than anything else that I've told you about in this entire tutorial. 2 bombs leaving the reverse C. If you don't do that, you're in big trouble. You got to get lucky. So we're going to go into this room. We have 5 bombs for combat. That's plenty. We're going to walk over here. And we're going to try to lure these guys down. Then we're going to go right here. We're going to start dropping bombs. We got kind of a bad pattern. That was not a very good pattern. Something kind of like that. Let me try to get another pattern. Man, good grief. What a terrible pattern. Can I, like, go back to save state? No, I cannot, because, of course, I'm on the son of a bitch. Of course I'm on that. All right, well, never mind. You can actually get a really good pattern if you play this right. Wonder if I can somehow, maybe if I go in and out, will it fix the pattern? Let me see. I think it's gonna mess up my spawns. Yeah. But this kind of give you a good example. You just stand right here. Just let the bubbles touch you. I'm not worried about the bubbles. And just finish those wizrobes off. Now be aware of the red wizrobes. If they spawn in that bottom row and they fire at you, that's 4 hearts of damage you do not want to take. If you get in health trouble, here's probably the best place to stand. That's going to take some practice. I wish I'd made my save state back further so I could have showed you different RNG. But basically, you're going to hang down here. And then when the wizrobes start to get around you, stand here and drop bombs on this block. This block right here, that's your friend. But remember, 2 bombs or more leaving this room. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble. Walk over here, push this block. I said push this block. There you go. And here's your silver arrows. These are required to beat the game. Now, if you have more bombs, there's a really cool bomb strat I can show you in our final scary room of combat. But first, we have a scary block clip. Now, this is why I recommend you kill those wizrobes before you come up here, because if you don't, and you miss this block clip that I'm about to show you, or if you cannot do this block clip, you're going to be in big trouble. The visual cue for a reverse block clip is to line up the bottom of Link's ears with the top of the block. I'll try to show you real quick. Kind of like right there. That should work. And then you can do the same sword buffer for the other block clip that I was showing you earlier. You sword, press left, and then press down. So right there, that should work. Do the sword, press left, and then you can go through the block. That is extremely difficult. I can't tell you how many runs I've seen the best Zelda 1 runners in the world, how many runs I've lost to this block clip. I lost a world record to this block clip. It's difficult under pressure. This block clip is hard. And keeping in mind where you're going to be at in this entire race, this is one of the scariest tricks of the entire run. And if you miss it, you're in big trouble. Now, there are some backups. If you want to learn this, let me show you how the top runners do it. You come in, you set up for the first clip. I do a tap, tap, and then go, oh, I missed it. Set up right there, and you can go quickly. You don't have much time. You do not have much time for that backup. If you miss both of those, or if you just completely botch this, oh no. Your best bet is to come down here and fight them. But you see what I'm talking about? Look how quickly this can go south. Even for top runners, this can go south so quickly. Which is why I stress to you, if you're not already a Z1 runner, you probably just want to clear this room. You probably just want to clear this room. Another option is you can go right, but it's the same thing. You're still going to have to do the clip. You can try to go all the way around and do it from the bottom if you're more comfortable with that, but you don't really have a window. The blue Wizrobes move really weird. See how they're kind of ganging up on me? Now where am I supposed to go? At that point, you might as well just fight them. So this room is arguably more important and more difficult than the Silver Arrow room, even though it's not a room you have to fight. You don't have to kill any of these Wizrobes. But learning that reverse clip is going to be paramount if you don't. And it's easier to fight them on the way in than it is on the way out. So, at the very least, I stress that you might want to kill a Wizrobe or two on the way into the Silver Arrow room. Otherwise, you could end up in this situation where you're like, well, crap, I guess I'm fighting these guys now. Oh, there's a red beam. I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm down to 3 hearts. I don't have any more potions either. Oh, crap, what do I do now? Well, I will show you why you also probably want to kill Patra 2. Because if you didn't kill Patra 2 on the way in, guess who's going to be waiting for you when you get back over here? Oh, hi, Patra. And you can skip Patra. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But the Patra skip requires taking 2 hearts of damage. It also requires you to be frame perfect getting to that doorway. If you lose a single frame, you risk Patra bopping you in a direction you don't mean to go. And if that happens, you might take 2 bops. So if you're low health here, you're either going to have to kill Patra or hope she's nice and gives you a window to get through, and she's not being nice right now. In fact, she's being very mean. Very mean, and then I can go. So, if I still think if you're not a native Z1 runner, that you're probably better off killing the Patra and killing these Wizrobes. But if you're learning the top strats, or if you feel confident in your abilities, you're going to do the reverse clip here. Oh, I missed it. Ah, it still took a bop, but that's not that big of a deal. And now I'm going to go for Patra 2 skip. So this is Patra 2B skip. I'm going to have to quickly go left, up, and then hold upright, buffer, and I can get through with the 2 hearts of damage. You have a very small window to do that. You can lose a couple frames on getting gridded, and that's about it. You lose any more than that, and you risk getting knocked in the wrong direction. If you don't get around this block perfectly, like right there, like you saw I got gridded, I'm probably going to get knocked in the wrong direction. It's hard. This is a lot harder skip than it looks. Another option that you could do is go straight up and then hold upright. There is a couple patterns where that will knock you in the wrong direction, but that's a little easier. So when you come out of the staircase, you go left, up, and then buffer upright when you get to the wall. But you say what happened? That can happen right there. That can happen, and there's not much you can do about it. I did the same inputs, but took 2 bops instead of 1. And yeah, like my chat's saying right now, there is one opportunity for you to get through that without taking any damage. But it's kind of not really something that you can plan for. It's kind of RNG. It is RNG. There's nothing you can do to set that up. Like, nobody goes for that because it's dumb. It's like, you have to get lucky. But if you want to do it the way most runners do it, you're going to go up and then buffer upright right there, and you'll just hug those stairs. So that whole time I'm walking in that room right there, as soon as I get on the left side of the push block, I press up and right, and I buffer my way up to the door. And I don't let go. I just hold upright all the way until I get under the door, and then I switch to holding up. But this does require very clean movement. If you're not comfortable in your movement there, go back to where we did the first block clip. Just kill the Patra. Just kill it, and you'll eliminate all of that. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just kill the Patra. It's safer, and if you get good at the fight, you won't have to worry about it. All right, so I do this block clip. I call it the safety clip. Usually you have less likes to get in your way, and it's a little faster than getting swallowed by one. A lot of top runners go up the middle, like that. But if you get grabbed by a like, not only do you take a heart of damage, but they're gonna take your shield. So It's up to you how you want to handle this. If you're looking for safety, go over here, block clip, and if they give you an opening, I mean, take it. But those are your options in this room. You can just kill them. It's slower. Just give yourself an opening and then go. You could do that if you're worried about it, but that's obviously slower. In this room, there's going to be more likes and some traps. If you're on the normal route, if you're on the normal spawns, you can just hold up here, and if any of them get in your way, you can sword. And you'll get iframes. It's kind of a small window, but it's reasonably forgiving, excuse me. You can also just stop. You can also just stop and sword them like that, and then go through if you're worried about it. But for the most part, you can just hold up, and if any of them get in your way, you can sword. But in this pattern, you can just hold up. I got the good pattern here. You can just go. This is the best pattern. Let me see if I can't show you... Yeah, let me see if I can't show you a worse pattern. Like that. So that's what you would do if they get in your way. So... It's not that bad. It's pretty forgiving. Most runners do that without a second thought. Like, once you do that a few times, you should be confident in your ability to get through that room. Alright, now this room. There's a couple things you need to know. First off, you're going to be bombing that left wall. If you don't have bombs at this point, you can kill the red wizrobes and hope to get lucky. If you do not have a bomb in this room, you're better off dying and leaving level 9 than you are doing anything else. Because you're soft locked, basically. Like, let's say, oh, I don't have any bombs. None of these guys are going to drop bombs. Now, you can't leave the room and come back to respawn them. Watch what happens when I go up. Oh, that's not good. And even if you kill this Patra, the door doesn't open back up. So then you go up again. Oh, this room's not fun. If you somehow survive this room, which there's no drop there, you end up in this room. And if you kill all these enemies... I don't have a key. Even with bombs right now, I am soft locked. This run is over. And the only way out of here is to up-a. So, when you're in this room, you need a bomb to escape it and continue on with the run. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left, drop a bomb there. I like to walk up past the bomb hole so that none of those wizrobes will shoot me, and then walk back down. And then this is the final combat room. You'll see there's going to be 2 blue wizrobes and 2 red wizrobes, and 4 traps. If you still have bombs, we need 1 bomb to finish the game. We need 1 bomb. So, don't use all your bombs for combat here. But if you have more than 1, 2 or more, at this point, you can use some for combat. So, just keep that in mind. And there's a couple different ways you can tackle this room. You can go straight in like this. Just stay on the half tower right here. Nice and easy. Don't even need a bomb. You just hug this line. You can deke these traps out of your way. Like that. And that gives you a little bit more room to fight. Nice and easy, wait for your opening. And then you can kill the wizrobe. There's another way you can do it from the bottom. This is a little bit more frisky. Let me see if I can do it. I don't normally do this strat. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, I didn't do that right. That's how you do it with a bomb. If you want to use bombs, you can do something like that. Or, if you're not feeling comfortable with any of those, just wait for them to come at you. But you see, the longer you wait... I took 2 hearts of damage trying to play that safe. Like, it's honestly easier to learn a strategy than it is to try to wing it. So, stay in here. Stay on that half tile. Don't worry about the red Wizrobes till the blue ones are dead. And then you can kill them and move on. Red Wizrobes will always spawn, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but they will always spawn on the same X and Y axis as Link, or as close to it as they can be. So if you're waiting for those Wizrobes to spawn, just get on a tile and wait. You're going to have a 25% chance they're going to be right in front of you. All right. Final Wizrobe room of the entire game, and this is the scariest one because if you have only a heart left, you can die here. The normal strategy is to go left and up and hope that the red Wizrobes don't get in our way. There are ways to get through this room without taking damage, but it's kind of a read and react kind of thing. Our goal is to go up because down is going to have blue Wizrobes. You don't want to go down. So we're going to go left, up, let that boost me. That's one option. Another option is stab and go like that. And if all else fails, you can pause. I saw the red Wizrobe right there. I'm gonna stab him, wait for an opening, and go. I got gridded, so. If you have health, especially if you have potions, the simplest way through this room is walk right here and just get boosted. We don't need health anymore, so if you've got a potion, like we need health to survive. I mean, that's not what I meant, but if you have like a potion in your pocket and you're gonna use it anyways, like a heart is better than taking any bops in that room. So if you've got the health, taking that one heart bop to get through quickly is reliable as long as you have an idea of where the red Wizrobes are before you commit. And that's why pausing in that room with select is so OP. It allows you to see where those Wizrobes are and to say, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. If you have the opening to walk around that block, then just do it. But if you don't, I would recommend just letting that trap boost you left and then go for the bomb. One other thing to know is that bomb wall, it's tricky. It's easy to mess it up. Excuse me. Do not rush it, especially if it's your last bomb. Do not rush that bomb. I've lost runs to bombing that wall. Most Z1 runners have lost runs to bombing that wall. You can bomb any of the 6 tiles right here next to a bomb hole. As long as the bomb is like right there, that'll blow it up. That'll blow up the bomb wall. This will not. That will not blow up the bomb wall. I'll show you what I mean. It's easy for this to happen. Like, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, well, that's not good. There goes my run. So be deliberate. Get over here. I like to go to this tile and then go left because that means I know that I'm going to get the correct bomb. And then drop your bomb there and walk down. And that's like an easy way to guarantee that you'll never mess that up. This is optional combat. If you're not good at block clips, you can just clear this room out. Otherwise, you can clip it. And then we have 2 more rooms left in the run. That's it. We're almost done. This is Patra 3. This is a required fight. You cannot skip this Patra. And there's a couple different ways to handle this Patra. I'm going to show you the optimal way. Nope, that's not optimal. That's optimal. Ooh, I had bad pattern. Let me try that again. All right, seriously, don't do the swag. That's a swag. If you bomb and then go out on the same frame as the explosion, you can get grayscale. That's a swag. Don't do that. Man, can you stop being a jerk, Patra? What the heck? Am I in the wrong spot? That's what we call fast Patra. Fast Patra requires that you stand in either this spot or this spot and time your swords right when your iframes and Patra's iframes run out and she can start hurting you. That'll take a lot of practice. This is an optimal strat, and it's dangerous because Patra does 2 arts of damage on every bop. I would not recommend doing this unless you are very good at Zelda. Or you have a potion or red ring. I'm going to show you guys how to get red ring. If you have plenty of health and a potion and a red ring, I mean, shoot, go for it. Why not? All right, so the next room is Gannon. And Gannon is hard to explain on this ROM. I wish I was using the practice ROM. Gannon is going to spawn in the top left of the room, basically right where Link is. So when we walk in, we're gonna walk in to the third tile, left below Gannon, and then up and stab Gannon like right here. Then we're gonna walk to here or here and start stabbing down. And it's a rhythm. This stun lock that you can do here is a rhythm. It's hard to explain, and Gannon could be its own video, honestly. I'll show you how I fight Gannon, but before we fight Gannon, let me show you the safe way to handle Patcher 3. Walk over here, and just fight him like you did Patcher 2. And I still took a bop. It's dangerous. A couple things to know about the Gannon fight is Gannon does 4 hearts of damage if you touch Gannon, and you won't be able to see Gannon. It's an invisible fight, so you're gonna probably take some damage. His fireballs do 1 heart of damage. That's why learning the stun lock is so important. You're gonna want to really try to practice this fight and the backups for the stun lock, and I'll show you those. So we're gonna walk in. Swag arrow is important. Can I get it? I did not. Rip run. I'm gonna immediately go up to the nose of the skull, then left, up, stab. That's the stun lock. Now, there's a 50-50 shot after this first stab that Gannon will not spawn there. Gannon will spawn over here. Let me see if I can't get that to show you guys. No swag arrow again. Walk up to the top of the nose, then left, up, stab. Oh, okay, walk to here. You want to walk to the tile, 1 tile left of his nose. Wait for the fireball, then go down. Let me just do it. Just watch how I move right here. This is very important. This movement is how you're going to avoid to recover. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh god, I swear I've done this fight a few thousand times. Let me try this again. I cannot get swag arrow. It's impossible. Of course I get the stun lock. Of course I do. It might take me a few tries at this because I screwed up when I had the... The funny thing is that you'll never get the stun lock in an actual run. You never get the stun lock when you want it. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Tutorial luck, man. And I cannot get swag arrow. I've missed it every single run. I'm gonna let him respawn. There. Walk to there, stab, and if you miss, this is your safe area. And you can reset the stun lock up. So let's see if I can't get it again. So when Gannon spawns, let me try to show you one more time. Okay, Gannon's over there. Wait. It's so much easier to do when you can actually see Gannon. I wish it was an easier way to describe how to fight Gannon. I'm so dead. There. Okay, let's try it again. I gotta try to get the right pattern. Like, there's no easy way to describe this. To understand how Gannon moves. There. Stand here. Down, stab. Stab left, and then if Gannon is not there, just repeat that movement. So, you walk to here, and if Gannon fires a fireball directly at you, you walk to here, then stab. You may have to go down, then up. If the fireball goes below you, wait till it goes below you, then go down and stab. Basically, he's gonna spawn here, he's gonna jiggle, and then he's gonna come right down here. If he spawns here, then just stab him. You can stab him from this side. So, oh, I missed him. I come over here. I get the second hit here. And then as soon as I stab him, I go to here and set up for the stun lock. I wish there was an easier way to explain this, but basically that's like the speedrun strats for fighting Gannon. And if you lose Gannon at any point, it is possible to pick him back up, but remember, he does 4 hearts of damage if he touches you. So my advice to runners is tuck yourself in this corner and hope you kill him before he kills you. Every one of those fireballs is going to do a full heart of damage, and there's not much you can do about it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Go away. Go away. Oh no, I lost him. I'm gonna go to here. And I'm just gonna stab until I get him. Then I'm gonna go for the stun lock. Oh, I missed him. You see, I took 2 hearts of damage, but that's still safer than taking a hug. So if all else fails, this is like the cheese strat, but it's not a cheese strat. You will still take damage. And it is not free. So keep that in mind. Like, now if you have red ring and a potion, you absolutely could just tuck yourself in that corner and just stab, and eventually you'll get Gannon. But that is far from optimal, and I would just keep that in mind that you're risking a bad fight at the end of your run. It's just, you're better off just learning how to kill Gannon. And again, we're gonna walk up to the bridge, the bridge of the nose, and then left. Walk to here. Then use the silver arrow. And then all we have left to do is come up here and stab the fire. If you die to the fire, your run is not over. Stab the fire. Touch Zelda. GG. Alright. There's one last thing I need to show you. And that is the red ring. Now this is gonna be kind of scary because I only have 3 hearts. I'll try to make it work. You're gonna have more hearts than this, so getting a red ring is scary, man. It's really easy to take some bops on the way there from the Patra. I'll show you what I mean. So when we get here, just get past the likes. Oh, I did not want to take that bop. I really did not want to take that bop. Alright. I'm gonna actually make a save stay here. There's a greater than 0 chance that I could die. Alright, I'm gonna wait for Patra. I'm gonna go in this corner and just wait for Patra. Remember, we killed him, so don't worry about that right now. I'm gonna go into this corner, and I'm gonna wait for Patra to expand, contract 3 times. Once Patra is done with that, bail and go down. Now, one thing you need to know about the red ring is you're gonna need 2 extra bombs to get it. So if you're short on bombs, you're either gonna have to kill Patra 1 now or set up a bomb count. Because you're gonna need bombs to get through this wall, and then also to get up through next room. So you're probably gonna have to kill Patra 1. Patra. Another expando. You can just try to get past Patra if you get lucky. But I'm gonna die if I try that now, so I've gotta go bail. Oh, I don't have enough bombs to do this. I don't think I have enough bombs to do this. I've gotta manipulate a bomb here. 3, 4, okay. This is gonna be fun. 3. 4. It's okay. 5. Oh, come on, separate. Separate. Thank you. 6. I'm gonna have to cheat to get this. You would have bombs here. 8. Okay. You would have bombs. I don't have bombs because I made it to the end of the game and I wasn't coming up here to get the red ring. But anyways, You're gonna go up to the top here and you're gonna bomb this wall. And then you're either gonna block clip or you're gonna kill these wizrobes. It's a scary room. It's a scary room. Block clip in, and there's your red ring. And the red ring gives you 4 times defense off the green tunic and twice as much as the blue ring. I would say you're better off buying the blue ring because there are tons of money that you can get, tons of secrets that you can get to get your money back up if you want to buy potions. Man, this is I wouldn't recommend getting the red ring. That's just my own opinion, but you can. Because you're going to probably take a lot of damage. Like in 100% runs, when we get the red ring, we typically don't have the blue ring here and we kind of just go for it. And we take a good 7 or 8 hearts of damage. Like you're getting into the red ring half dead already. And that's for runners who are used to this and have done this a bunch. That's why I saved this to last. I really don't think anyone should be getting this. You're better off getting potions in the blue ring. But if you want it, that's how you get it. So... and that is the any percent Zelda 1 Big 20 number 17 goal JSR's tutorial. I wanted to keep it short. It ended up being 2 hours. There's a lot. There's a lot to this goal, and this is probably the hardest goal in the Big 20. This is going to be tough. Genuinely tough for every single runner in this thing. It doesn't matter who you are. This is going to be tough. Learn wizrobes, learn how they move, learn how to fight dark nuts, learn where your safeties are, and learn how to count your bombs. Those are what's going to help you in this. There's really no getting around it. In past Big 20s, Zelda 1 was reasonably easy, even if you thought it wasn't. No, that was easy, because this is honestly the hardest part of the entire run. 6, 8, and 9 are the hardest part of the entire speed run. And if you can do this, you honestly could run the vanilla game. No problem. It's not going to be easy. But I got faith in you. I got faith. I got faith in you. I know you can do it. And you can always reach out to me. I'm JSR on Discord, _JSR_. You can come to my channel, hit me up whenever I'm live, tag me in Discord. And the thing is, I know Lack Attack and Overswarm are both very adept at Z1. They can help you out. Hit them up or join the Zelda 1 Discord. It's linked on speedrun.com. Ice Blue's there. Hit up Ice Blue. Random Effect was here earlier. Like, honestly, the Z1 community will get your back. If you need help, hit up any of us and we will help you out. And if not, reach out in the Big 20 Discord. The Big 20 runners will help you. This is going to be the hardest goal, I think, for everybody. So don't be embarrassed. When I was a new runner, I reached out for help. A lot of us did. It's a lot to learn, and it's a very difficult game to learn. But with a little bit of practice and some strategies, you can do it. So I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck on race day. And hopefully you finish 1 spot below me. No, I'm just kidding. Good luck. And again, reach out if you need any help. Thanks for watching.